I gotta get this off in the beginning of the video, but I really haven't been a big Gundam fan. Like, I never actually, got into the series before. It's not like I didn't want to, it's just that, I had a bunch of other animes that, piqued my interest. But when Witch from Mercury dropped, I decided that I was just gonna give my very first Gundam a try. And when I tell you, it did not disappoint. But that sadly begs the question, why is no one really talking about this anime for real? From the plot and the theme that this anime takes on, you would think at least a couple of people would have been talking about this, but yet it's just a ghost town. But for the people who do not know what Witch from Mercury is, let me tell you. So when we get into the actual first episode, we already see our main girl, Suletta, going towards the school that she's going to be spending practically the entire anime in. And we see that this school mainly prioritizes the mechs that they're going to be using. Now, I know that most of the designs for the mechs are reference to old Gundams from the older series before this one, but using the terminology for Gundams in this anime is like heresy. So that's why most of the time I'm gonna be calling them mechs, because we kind of see this first happen when Suletta gets into her first big fight, was because she was trying to defend our second main character, Miorine. I can't say her fucking name. All right, I cannot say her goddamn name. If I see one comment of somebody say, he pronounced the name, I'm banning you. I'm banning everybody. But the only reason why Suletta even got into that fight was because she was just trying to defend her from the top dog of the school, because this school also runs on a hierarchy. If you are pretty much the best person in the school, then you pretty much get this white and gold type of coat that signifies that, hey, you're the top dog of the school. Everybody gotta respect you because you got the holder's coat or whatever the hell it's called in the anime. And also, every single type of conflict, petty or not, is always going to be decided by a duel. Now, I will say the combat when it comes to the different types of Gundams and mechs and stuff inside of this, it's really hit or miss, okay? I won't lie to y'all. Most of the fights mostly either go down one or two routes. Alright, I'm lying. They go down one route, which is just them shooting the laser guns at each other. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it actually looks really good, like when Suletta split off the little drone things and just absolutely demolished this guy's mech. Millions upon millions of space taxes gone down the drain. Each and every time these motherfuckers fight in this school has to be studied. But Suletta ends up beating him and taking his top spot, so that means that she becomes the holder of the suit. So as the holder of the suit, you have to get married to Miorine. That was kind of in the fine print of the contract, the little small print that nobody ever reads and only comes up when it's necessary. So when Suletta won the battle, that's when it came up. Now, in the beginning, I will say it is kind of just your bare bones. Oh, they accuse her of having a Gundam. Oh, you're gonna get kicked out of the school. And then, she's trying to fight to stay in the school. Her and her friends are trying to keep her there type of plot. But as you, keep watching, and if you actually pay attention to some of the small details, there's a lot of things going on underneath the surface. And some of the stuff that kind of gets brought up to the forefront has to come straight from the prologue episode. But that's getting into kind of some big ass spoilers. And in this video, I'm really not trying to spoil shit, because if I ended up spoiling it, then it's just gonna ruin the entire experience. All I'm saying is, if you're going to go check out this anime, pay attention to some of the details, because it all makes sense later on in the anime. Alright, I'll talk about one of the moments. One of my favorite foreshadowing moments had to come from episode 6 when Suletta had to fight this nonchalant Aina Kochi stan. And as they were fighting and Suletta was actually about to lose her fight, everything just froze. And Suletta's Gundam ended up just spazzing out and doing shit on its own. Now, the foreshadowing isn't necessarily the mech taking control and, like, you know, trying to keep Suletta safe, but it was the fact of the matter of what the Aina Kochi clone saw when this started happening.
Okay, we are cooked.
And I will say, for someone who possibly never seen like the anime, like haven't seen from the prologue up until this moment right here, then this moment will not be as crazy. But when you actually watch the anime, you know that, like, well, damn, that's actually crazy as shit that they actually showed this that soon. And hell, to be honest, if you even like watch the anime opening from like start to finish, like at the end of the opening, like they're throwing all these different types of hints telling you, hey, pay attention to these certain details. They actually mean something because they wouldn't just keep coming back. Mind you, when I tell you this, when you watch this anime, this prologue carries a lot of weight throughout the entire series. But enough talking about that before I accidentally spoil anything else. Witch from Mercury is a aesthetically pleasing looking anime. The animation down to the art style, every single other scene looks so good with the lighting, the shadows. Hell, I didn't even get to even glaze how the Gundams and mechs look in this. Everything in this anime just looks like straight eye candy. Like, if I just threw on random clips and I didn't really tell you that this was an anime show, you probably would have thought that this was an anime movie from how good this looks. And the characters themselves are also really likable. Except for like a few. Each of them had like some of their own notable moments throughout the entire anime. Like, Miorine is a goddamn W-mans. She is a straight W for always defending Suletta. And then you also have my goat Choo Choo. Everything about this anime, you will actually find something that you would enjoy. Either it might be the visually appealing Gundams, or it might be a character that you really mess with. Like, my only beef that I have with this anime, and I kind of touched upon this in the beginning of the video, is the fights. They are very hit or miss. When it comes to like the melee side of things, they're not like, you know, on the level of like other animes where they're fast paced, which it's cool in their own right, but most of them kind of just goes into a Call of Duty gunfight. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that, oh, the Gundam fights gotta be all fast paced, this anime is this, no. But what I am also saying is that when it comes to the melee combat, it's really not that crazy versus the gun combat, because the gun combat is actually really clean. Despite, and this is like another beef that I'm gonna be saying, I feel like damn near every single one of these mechs are made out of paper mache, or these laser weapons are overtuned as shit. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Gundam animes, but I have seen mech animes. And the mechs in most animes can at least take a few hits when it comes to like their armor and shit. But over here, they're getting ripped through. But that's just like my small beef. Either way, this is still a W anime, but it still dawns upon me to this day of why nobody really truly talks about this. But what do you guys think? Have you seen this anime before? What are some other Gundam animes that you guys have seen that you will recommend to a new Gundam fan to watch? And who knows, maybe I might make a video on them. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more anime content. And remember, class, we do have a community Discord that we're trying to make more active. If you guys want to join, links always in the description. But with that being said, there's no bell for today. Pack your bags, class dismissed.